And continuing the news now, still some more from the minister. The minister reminded that while the policy, that is the grooming policy that is being implemented, while that the policy is being implemented, administrators should allow for a certain measure of flexibility as well.
Schools can consider allowing certain forms of personalization within the grooming policy. For example, students can be permitted to wear accessories or clothing items that reflect their cultural or religious heritage. This approach ensures that students express themselves within the boundaries set by the school, fostering a sense of inclusivity and respect for diversity. We are not saying that the uniform is the be-all and end-all of all things. We are simply acknowledging that in our culture in Jamaica, there is a lot of respect for school uniforms. Is there an appeal process? Was there consultation? Those are some of the things we want to see. I dare say, if at the end of all of that, a particular institution, having consulted with students, parents, teachers, and all the stakeholders, if they decide we don't want a uniform, I believe that will be accepted as well.
That was Education and Youth Minister Favour Williams. Continuing the news, 9 persons were apprehended on suspicion of extortion, violations of the Road Traffic Act, and other offences on Thursday this week. This followed a joint law enforcement operation with a team comprising members of the Public Safety and Traffic Enforcement Branch and the Counter-Terrorism and Organized Crime Investigation Branch, that is CTOC. Kimberly Ashley picked up that story.
The operation targeted individuals involved in the extortion of public passenger vehicle PPV operators in Halfway Tree, St. Andrew. According to the Constabulary Communications Unit of the JCF, during the operation, which took place between the hours of 3 p.m. and 7 p.m., 2 of the individuals arrested were persons of interest in gang-related activities in the area. The operation was conducted in response to concerns raised by PPV operators about being extorted by individuals demanding money in exchange for allowing them to operate in the area. The operation also aimed to disrupt the activities of gangs involved in extortion and other criminal activities in Halfway Tree. The Jamaica Constabulary Force, JCF, in the release reminded the public that extortion is a serious offence and that anyone found guilty of engaging in such activities will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. The JCF is also urging members of the public to report any incidents of extortion to the police. Kimberly Ashley for NRP Radio News.
Thank you, Kim. The news, the swift action of the police aided by citizens of Malvern St. Elizabeth yesterday led to the recovery of 2 brown bulls which were stolen on October 11. Reports are that the owner of the animals reportedly fed the animals on October 11 and left his farm when at about 7:45 p.m. citizens observed a black Toyota Wish car marked, that should be a black Toyota Wish car parked up along the roadway. The residents said men were observed loading the cows into the van. The lawmen were contacted and vehicular checkpoints set up at several major corridors. The cows were later recovered along the retrieved main road. However, the culprits escaped. The police have since commended the citizens who reported the matter early, which aided in the swift recovery of the stolen animals. And still in St. Elizabeth, members assigned to the St. Elizabeth Police Division seized a Smith & Wesson 357 Magnum revolver along with 6.38 rounds of ammunition along the New Holland Main Road in the parish yesterday. Reports from the Black River Police are that about 11:55, lawmen were conducting patrol in the area when a vehicle was signaled to stop. A search was conducted of the vehicle and its occupants. During the search, the firearm and ammunition was found inside the trunk of the motor car. 5 persons were taken into custody. Their identities are being withheld pending further investigations. Meanwhile, lawmen attached to the Area 2 narcotics team seized over 200 pounds of compressed ganja during a targeted operation in Bel Air 2 runway base. And earlier this, 2 men are in custody in connection with that find. Reports from the St. Anne police are that between the hours of 10:45 p.m. and 11:25 p.m. Thursday this week, police acting on information went to a location in the mentioned community. Our premises was breached and searched. Several men, upon seeing the police, evaded the area, leaving the contraband behind. It was seized pending further investigations. The People's National Party is continuing its readiness for the upcoming local government and general elections by presenting candidates island-wide. Last weekend, the party hierarchy presented its slate of candidates for the parish of Clarendon. On Sunday, the party will carry out a similar activity in the parish of St. Mary. A release from the party says its president, Mark Golin, General Secretary Dr. Dayton Campbell, Dr. Angela Brown-Burke, party chairman, will be presenting the candidates for both the local and general elections for St. Mary. The activity, which is slated for St. Mary High School, will commence at 5 p.m. You're tuned to news here on NRP Radio. The time is 11 minutes after 8 o'clock. Just to remind you that the news right here on this station comes to you courtesy of Hepburn's Glass, and we'll be hearing from that company momentarily. And continuing the news now, we're going to be heading to items of sports. Football. There is no word as yet as to whether suspended football players have decided to meet with the JFF to discuss grouses. Yesterday, the Jamaica Football Federation, in a release, indicated that it had suspended players who have rejected an invitation to turn up for the Reggae Girls Gold Cup qualification games against Panama and Guatemala next week. In the release, the JFF indicated that it was uncomfortable with not just the decision of the players as a group, but also with the non-attendance of the player representatives to a scheduled meeting earlier yesterday. According to the JFF, the players have concerns with the contracts for the Gold Cup qualification, but that they should discuss such matters at the negotiating table. There has been no duration given for the suspensions or the particular players the JFF has called as a group. The release says it would last until the issues are resolved. And moments before choosing a team for the 2 upcoming games of the CONCACAF Women's Gold Cup qualifiers on October 25 and 29, the Jamaica Football Federation has selected Xavier Gilbert to be the head coach of the team. The squad that he will be working with will be headed to 2 games against Panama and Guatemala, as we said, on the 25th and 29th of October, respectively. A full technical support staff has also been put in place. Meanwhile, preparations are advanced for the home game on Sunday, October 29 at the National Stadium, starting at 5 p.m. In an effort to augment support, the JFF has also decreased ticket prices. Grandstand will be going now for $3,000, bleachers $1,000, students with IDs $500 to the bleachers. Kids under 10 can enter the bleachers for free with a guardian. And Jamaica's head coach Xavier Gilbert has picked a squad of 23 players head of the Reggae Girls. Vacation come for Panama and Guatemala. The Reggae Girls are to play against Panama in Panama before returning for a home fixture against Guatemala on the 29th. The team is missing notable names like Rebecca Spencer and Sydney Schreidner, as well as defensive rocks Alison and Chantel Swaby. Tiffany Cameron and Denisha Blackwood are also absent. Talismanic captain Kadisha Shaw, as well as attacking options Trudy Carter and Judy Brown, are also out of the team. The Gold Cup qualification games lie outside of the women's international window, and so has impacted the number of international stars the coach has at his disposal. Meanwhile, Reggae Boys defender Greg Lay has won the EFL League One Player of the Month award. He's the first Reggae Boy since Kevin Lisby to receive this award. He is also the third Jamaican international ever to win this award after Jermaine Beckford and Kevin Lisby. The NPR News and Sports Department offers our congratulations to Greg. And we're standing by now for the VOA News right here on this station. 15 minutes now on the downside of 8 o'clock. Let's hear from Hepburn's Glass once again, and then we go to our international partners.
Hepburn's Glass Supplies is the latest trend-setting supplier of glass and mirrors in the industry. We specialize in tinted and clear glasses, as well as mirrors for all your windows, doors, and closets at very competitive prices. To maximize your shopping experience, we stock 316 and 1/8 mirror thickness and 316 and quarter thickness in our entire stock of float glasses. We have in stock gloves, cutters, and suction cups at unbeatable prices. Our customer service is second to none, with same-day cutting for your specific measurements. Visit our office at 13 Chisholm Avenue, Kingston 13. Call us at 908-0962 or email hepburn.glass@gmail.com. Hepburn's Glass. Quality service is our priority.
This is news on NRP Radio. Let's go now to the VOA for our international news package.
This is VOA News. I'm Alexis Strope. World leaders convened on Saturday outside Cairo to address the crisis in Gaza and ensure it does not lead to wider regional conflict. The absence of some Western leaders may have lowered expectations for what the event might achieve, but it allowed for an active discussion on the issues at stake. VOA's Jeff Custer reports.
Arab leaders condemned Israel's 2-week-old bombardment of Gaza and Israel's attempt to evacuate the region. Jordan's King Abdullah blasted Israel for its treatment of Palestinian civilians and said efforts to displace the residents of Gaza was a war crime. Western leaders, such as Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez, defended Israel's right to defend itself, but only within strict compliance to international law and humanitarian guidelines. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres said both sides can take steps to lower tensions.
The time has come for action. Action to end this god-awful nightmare. And to build a future where of the children of Palestine, Israel, the region, and our world.
Jeff Custer, VOA News.
About 100,000 people joined a pro-Palestinian demonstration in central London on Saturday, marching through the British capital to demand an immediate ceasefire in Gaza following the Hamas attack on Israel 2 weeks ago. A protester who declined to provide a name explained his reason for marching in support of Palestine.
Today, I'm here today to show my love and my compassion for the Palestinians who are suffering in Gaza and all the innocent lives that are being lost. We've came together today. It's not about religion, it's about humanity coming together and fighting for what's right.
Police had cautioned before the march that anyone showing support for Hamas, banned as a terrorist organization in Britain, would face arrest, and any incident of hate crime would not be tolerated. For additional stories, 24 hours a day, visit our website, voanews.com. This is VOA News. The first humanitarian aid allowed into Gaza since the conflict between Israel and Hamas erupted 2 weeks ago arrived Saturday. VOA United Nations correspondent Margaret Bashir reports.
Aid started crossing into the besieged Gaza Strip on Saturday after days of negotiations. A 20-truck convoy of the Egyptian Red Crescent carrying ready-to-eat food, water, and medicines began entering Gaza through the Egyptian-controlled Rafah crossing. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres welcomed the development, but said the effort must be sustained and at the scale needed. More than 2 million Palestinians live in the Hamas-controlled Gaza Strip. U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken warned Hamas not to divert or steal the aid.
That was VOA's Margaret Bashir reporting. Albania's former Prime Minister Sali Berisha says prosecutors have charged him with corruption and money laundering in connection with a land deal involving a Tirana property. Berisha, 79, said the prosecutor's office in charge of cases against senior officials or major cases ordered him not to leave the country. Berisha also said his son-in-law, 50-year-old Jamarber Maltesi, was arrested on the same charges at the Tirana International Airport. Berisha said both he and Maltesi are innocent and claimed the charges are political, coming from current Prime Minister Edi Rama. Rama did not immediately respond to Berisha's claims. Police in Detroit are confirming the violent killing of a Jewish leader in their community. AP correspondent Jackie Quinn reports.
Many questions remain, but a Detroit police corporal says the body of 40-year-old Samantha Wall was found stabbed outside her home. He says Wall, who is the president of the Isaac Agri Downtown Synagogue, suffered multiple stab wounds and was pronounced dead at the scene. Tributes are coming in for Wall, who had also served as an aide to Congresswoman Alyssa Slotkin and a campaign staffer for Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel. Nessel tweeted that she was shocked, saddened, and horrified, calling Wall as kind a person as she's ever known, who used her faith and activism to create a better place for everyone. I'm Jackie Quinn.
Venezuelans became the largest nationality arrested for illegally crossing the U.S. border last month, replacing Mexicans for the first time on record. Figures released Saturday also show that September was the second highest month for arrests of all nationalities. U.S. Customs and Border Protection says arrests for the government's budget year ended September 30th topped 2 million for the second year in a row. Venezuelans were arrested nearly 55,000 times by the Border Patrol after entering from Mexico in September. That's more than double the number from August and well above the previous monthly high of about 34,000 arrests in September 2022. I'm Alexis Strope, VOA News.
Thank you, Alexis. And that was the Voice of America newscast, the package of international news for you as we bring to you our news package here this evening. And with that, it brings us to the end of the local and international and as well as sports items in our newscast this evening. And we ask you now to stand by for the weather with Kimberly Ashley.
This is NRP Radio. It's now time for your weather report and forecast.
Hello, NRP radio listener. A pleasant evening to you. I am Kimberly Ashley with the latest weather report and forecast on NRP radio. There is a trough across Jamaica. The trough continues to linger across the island. Tonight will be fair. Tomorrow morning, we'll have isolated showers across north, central, and eastern parishes, but elsewhere it will be sunny. Tomorrow afternoon will become showers and isolated thunderstorms across sections of most parishes. Now for our 3-day forecast. On Monday, expect morning showers across north, central, and eastern parishes, and afternoon showers and isolated thunderstorms, especially across southern parishes. On Tuesday, expect morning showers and isolated thunderstorms across sections of northern and southeastern parishes. Afternoon to evening showers and thunderstorms will be possible across most parishes. Expect lingering nighttime showers mainly across eastern parishes. On Wednesday, expect morning showers and isolated thunderstorms across sections of northern and southeastern parishes, with cloudy conditions in the afternoon to evening with showers and thunderstorms, especially across parishes. There will be lingering nighttime showers mainly across eastern parishes. In other current regional weather features, Hurricane Tammy is located 80 kilometers north of Guadeloupe. There is a high-pressure ridge across the Gulf of Mexico. The minimum temperature expected for Kingston and Montego Bay tonight will be 25 degrees Celsius. The preceding was the latest weather report and forecast supplied by the National Meteorological Service of Jamaica and brought to you by the National Religious Partnership Media and Radio. I am Kimberly Ashley. We broadcast 24 hours per day on the platform of nrpmediaja.com.
This is NRP Radio. You just listened to the NRP weather report and forecast.
And with that, we've come to the end of the news this evening. Let's just give you a wrap of what we brought you this evening in our package. The Minister of Education says schools, students, and parents are expected to conform with the new grooming policy being implemented in institutions across the island. 9 persons were apprehended on suspicion of extortion, violations of the Road Traffic Act, and other offenses on Thursday this week, following a joint law enforcement operation with a team comprising members of the Public Safety and Traffic Enforcement Branch and the Counterterrorism and Organized Crime Investigation Branch. The operation targeted individuals involved in the extortion of public passenger vehicle operators in Halfway Tree. And the swift action of the police, aided by citizens of Malvern St. Elizabeth, yesterday led to the recovery of 2 bulls, which were stolen on October 11. And lawmen have also 100 pounds of compressed ganja during a targeted operation in Belair 2, Runaway Bay, St. Anne. In sports, there is no word yet as to whether suspended football players have decided to meet with the JFF to discuss their grouses. The Jamaica Football Federation, that is, in a release indicated that it had suspended its players who have rejected an invitation to turn up for the Reggae Girls Gold Cup qualification games against Panama and Guatemala next week. Our next newscast right here on this station will continue next Friday when I'm on in the live show, but we will continue to provide you with the weather, and where breaking news do come into our newsroom, we'll definitely bring those to you. We continue now with normal programming. It's 26 minutes after 8 o'clock. This has been news on your station. Leon Nash is my name. Stick and stay. We'll soon come back. It's new. It's The Upper Room at 8 p.m. The newest and most riveting and engaging discussion program on biblical matters. Once again, right here on nrpmediaja.com every Sundays, 8 to 10 p.m. It's all about things you know, things you thought you know, and things you're not truly sure about. nrpmediaja.com, reaching you where you are. No boundaries, no limitations.
Radio listener, brothers and sisters, join Pastor Billy Powell and the True Church of Jesus Christ Apostolic Cheapside, Manchester, right here on NRP Radio for the Transformed by His Power broadcast. It happens every Sunday night at 10 o'clock. Come on in and be blessed. Be ye transformed by His power. Come in and worship the Lord with us in Jesus' name.
I have decided to follow Jesus.
That down from Unique 96.1 FM and Facebook Live. This Saturday edition of the Weekendz Gospel Show with the original and official blessed man, Leon Nash.
Radio 96.1 FM from New York City, streaming from Jamaica with your host, Leon Nash.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is.
NRP Media and Radio.
The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Reaching you where you are. No boundaries, no limitations.
In this world I'm living in, I have done forbidden things I shouldn't do. I have done bigger along the way. Could you tell me where to stay, where I could find real happiness and love that's true? Across the bridge.
Yes, across the bridge where there'll be no sorrow. Sanchez is taking us in a particular direction. We're going to skip from the YouTube channel. I know that you're on the YouTube channel, but I am keeping my channel free from hindrances. I'm telling you. So I'm going to log off the YouTube right now and stay on Facebook and on the radio platforms. If you're on the YouTube channel with me right now, I'm urging you to go over back to the Facebook page and the radio platform so that we can keep the channel up. That's the YouTube channel up, and ensure that we can do some other things on the channel. We don't want to lose. I've got 2 strikes on me already due to some challenges. My doing, I really had left something running and it affected the channel. So I want to ensure that I stay with my channel, right? So I'm going to ask those of you who are online right now. I see the numbers are growing on the YouTube channel, but I'm going to, I can't stay on with the music. Right, I will come back when I'm doing the discussions with you on the channel. So I look out for the reopening of the YouTube channel during the show. But right now, I'm going to close off on the YouTube and stay on the Facebook page right now until we come back with you. So watch me, listen on the radio, nrpmediaja.com. And on Facebook at Leon Nash, right? So that's Leon Nash. I'm on the Facebook page, Leon. So look out for Leon Nash. It's Leon with an A after the E, right? So once you do that, then you will definitely get to the Facebook page with me, all right? So I do apologize for that, but I want to make sure that I stay. I keep my current YouTube channel because of some difficulties that I've had, right? So I'm staying on the Facebook and on the radio platform for the time being until we sort that matter out, all right? So I do apologize once again for those of you who are on the YouTube channel. I'm going to log off of that section right now and stay on the Facebook. So come on Facebook, Leon Nash, right? And you will see me there, and definitely we can continue to chit chat, all right? So we go back now to Sanchez with his